Uzaki-Chan Wants to Hang Out is a horror anime about a freak of nature with massive boingolongas that stalks a man until he becomes a faded husk with only madness left in his heart. It is in many ways a spiritual successor to Junji Ito's seminal manga Tomie, with the biggest departure being the aforementioned Humunga Dungas.
Humunga Dunga.
Uzaki-Chan is also seminal, if you're into that sort of thing. The titular character and her t-shirt cannons have caused quite a twitter in the pants of some and on the keyboards of others. And sweet Japanese has helped those unlucky stormtrooper cadets who fall into both categories.
Miss.
As with every other heavily manufactured controversy that anime profile pics use as a cheap tactic to stay relevant, there has been a mass debate about whether or not women similar to the waifu of the week can exist in the real world. And that, my friends, is where a certain dire gentleman comes in. I can indeed confirm from my own life experience that there are many girls like Uzaki Hana, and it is in fact very easy to have them in your life. Especially if you're a self-serious hipster introvert who doesn't suffer fools before 11 a.m. Your Uzaki-Chan will no doubt first appear before you during one of your daily not giving a fuck phases, and she will be amazed at exactly how little of a fuck you give about her. Before you know it, she's putting all the effort into the interaction, while you somehow manage to contribute just enough dry wit that she becomes determined to learn more about you. The university campus where you both attend is small, so the two of you keep meeting, and it stops being by coincidence. You'll inevitably find yourselves alone together, and that is when the real interrogation begins. Getting to know you has become a hobby for her now, and you're so antisocial that you don't even acknowledge the part of yourself that loves the attention. The girl is jumping through every hoop that you've been reflexively setting up since your first meeting, and now she's gotten dangerously close to exposing your true guarded self. You eventually will let her inside that part of you, but only after she has already done the same for you. You will remain the one in control of the relationship, as long as she keeps coming to you and not the other way around. Sooner or later, though, you won't be able to help yourself, and you'll fall for her. I mean, you'll really fall for her. And whatever you have won't last, because neither of you knows what it really means to love somebody. You'll both ask too much of each other. You'll push too many buttons. You'll demand space and infringe upon the other person's at the same damn time. You'll cross every emotional line a pair of young lovers can. And when you finally lose her, your heart won't just be broken. Your entire world will feel like it's in flames. Congratulations, kid. Your battle scars have made you into that much more of a misanthrope, and everything that your Uzaki-Chan found so alluring about that mysterious side of you has been buried so deep that the next Uzaki-Chan will have to work overtime to dig it up. And she'll do that work, of course, because after the first time, you've figured out how to make it fun for her without giving it away. The sickest part is, you truly don't even know that you're manipulating her. And now you've positioned yourself as the ultimate prize in a game that she came up with all on her own. You also walk away with the real prize. A fresh suit of psychological armor for Uzaki-Chan number 3 to eagerly chip away at. This one takes the longest to break through to you, and you revel in every moment of torturous anticipation. She hasn't even made a dent in your defenses, and somehow she's already yours, because girls like her don't have any real boundaries to begin with. In her head, she still thinks she's the one helping you become a human being again, but it's precisely because you're so cold and detached from that experience that she feels like she has permission to constantly break down in your arms. Everything you would ask for in return for being her rock, she already gives freely. Can anyone really blame you for taking it all for granted? You're too numb to even comprehend it, but what you're supposed to be feeling is love. As if any of your responses could seem natural to you anymore. You no longer have any idea where the romantic chess game ends and the genuine affection for these girls begins. You'll start to wonder if you were ever even capable of such raw emotion. So you internalize this image of yourself as a stage actor, giving the performance of his life. It's the least you can do to make it up to all the other girls who fell in love with you while you floundered in your complete disregard for the needs of other people. You want to be better, of course, for the next Uzaki-Chan who wants to hang out, But in the lightless pit of your soul, you know that every single one of them is interchangeable with the last. All of the girls are good, and they're all good girls too. At least they were, before they met you. Your contagious apathy drains them of every waking moment of joy. And this is what feeds your ego now. You've become a faded husk with only madness left in your heart. Hey, you can do it too!